Hello and welcome to Business Matters, the show about people behind businesses that help make Tacoma a great place to live and work. I'm your host, Mike Wark, and today we'll feature a Tacoma business on Spotlight, and Andrew Fry will provide the basics of making a pitch deck that'll help build your business. With me today is Jennifer English, Director of the Spaceworks Tacoma program. Welcome, Jennifer.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, I'm excited to have you today on our show because of all the businesses, actually you're not a business, but what you do is support businesses, building businesses that really do make Tacoma a fascinating, innovative place to live and work.
Yeah.
So tell me about Spaceworks.
So we were founded in 2010 as a result of the recession. It began with the Artscapes program, so a lot of the public art you see around town, even to today, is Spaceworks either facilitated or through partnership.
And we're talking all around town.
All around town.
Murals that you see throughout Tacoma.
The east side, south side, 6th Ave, downtown, Hilltop.
And they're beautiful and interesting and vibrant. A lot of them have messaging in them.
Yep. We do a lot of community outreach, so
Yeah.
we aren't just putting up whatever, wherever. There's a process involved, so we reach out to the community. Typically the artist is the one facilitating that. They have meetings. What does the community want? What do they want to see represented?
So you support
in
the
their
artists, they reach out to the community, and so it's really an organic development of this artwork. So it reflects Tacoma.
Yes.
And then many of the businesses that we enjoy in Tacoma started through Spaceworks.
Yeah, they've either started through Spaceworks or have along the line come to us for support through one of our programs.
And we're talking about dozens.
Hundreds.
Hundreds?
Yes, we are. The business incubation side of Spaceworks has been around for 10 years.
Okay.
So Artscapes 13 years, the incubator 10. And so we have a lot of businesses that are coming up on that 10-year anniversary.
That's so cool.
Which is exciting. We kind of just had this thought, I think the beginning of this year or late last year, oh, wow, we've got Tinkertopia and Stocklist that are downtown that are coming up on their 10-year.
That are now sort of anchors in their districts. People know about them and enjoy them and have for years.
Yeah.
And they came from Spaceworks.
Yep.
Yeah. So hundreds. What are some other businesses? Alumni?
Yeah. Grit City Grindhouse comes to
Really?
mind because they also celebrated a 10-year anniversary this year. The Painting Panda Pottery Studio.
Yes. Yeah. Noel was on our show not long ago.
Yeah, and Michael Okoro
Yeah.
with Onimi Sportswear. He was
the
on.
sportswear.
Yeah. Who has a grand opening coming up. My business is an alumni. I went through it was called the Creative Enterprise Program back in 2014.
Before it was the incubator.
Yeah.
And your business is
Spun.
Yeah.
We're a clay art studio also. So
that people can come into and learn, or if they're experienced, have access.
you don't even need to be experienced.
Okay.
It's a place, how do you know if you like it if you haven't tried it? So it's a place for people, whether they've never tried throwing on a pottery wheel or sculpting, they can come in and test it out, try it out. If they like it, they could take a workshop, a class.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
I'll be there.
Yeah.
So if you look at your website, which is beautifully done, there is a page where you can see where all the businesses are, where all the alumni
That's a
businesses are.
new feature, actually.
Yeah.
We just went live with that, I think, about a week ago.
And there are, little dots are all around Tacoma. So I think if people want to find interesting places to go, if you're looking for something to do on the weekend, you can go explore some of the cool homegrown businesses.
Yeah, for sure. And the artwork, the Artscapes,
Artscapes.
murals are on there. So we do temporary murals as well as permanent. Temporary art installations in the Woolworth windows down on 11th and Commerce. There's 5 total windows. Those rotate about every 90 days.
Oh.
So on that map, we have all of it. So there's some that aren't there anymore. And then we're looking at how to add businesses that don't have brick and mortars.
Right.
Obviously not a map because it might be their home, but links to their websites and an alumni list.
So these are earlier stage businesses that may or may not ever have a storefront.
Right. Right.
So you have the Artscape, which is responsible for a lot of the beautiful murals that people see throughout town. So if you're driving through Tacoma, you should be looking around for those
Yeah.
and think, I wonder if that's a Spaceworks project. And then you have the incubator, which is
Yes.
also a big part of it. So tell me, how does all this work? How has it evolved, and what do you do?
Well, I became the incubator coordinator 2 weeks before lockdown, so that was fun. And the question we got a lot was, oh, there's so many businesses closing. Does anyone want to open a business? And the answer is yes.
Wow.
Folks had a lot of time to think about what was important to them
Oh, interesting.
and what they wanted to do for their future. And a lot of that was entrepreneurship. And so we were able to continue running Spaceworks throughout the pandemic. We just went virtual. We have a 12-week business plan cohort.
Okay.
We
So
always
a group that learns how to build a business plan.
Exactly.
They have an idea and they come to you and they take this course.
And that's for folks that have an idea and have, made the thing before. It's not.
They have a prototype.
They have something that, friends or family maybe have tried, or they sell at markets.
And there's some other courses that you do as well?
Yeah, we have, for folks that wake up in the middle of the night with a business idea, we have the 4-week business foundations cohort.
Figuring out how to get there.
Yep. Is this a good business idea? Is it viable? Is this something, realistic that I can do? Or some of the questions get answered.
And what's great about these services is that they're in Tacoma, for people in Tacoma, and there's all these alumni out there who come in and also support them and show them, look, you could be where I am, and share their advice and wisdom that they've learned.
Yeah, they share their struggles. That's the first week in the 12-week business plan cohort is, at the very end, we have about 6 alumni from all different years. I like to, span from, the 2013, 2014 businesses all the way up to maybe just the previous cohort, so within the same year. So they get a wide range of experience, tips on how to overcome obstacles, and advice.
I can't imagine you can do all this wonderful work without supporters. How do you do it? What kind of support do you have?
Yeah, so we're a program of the Chamber, and a lot of folks think that the Chamber funds Spaceworks.
This is the Tacoma Pierce County Chamber
That's
of Commerce.
correct, yeah. And that's not the case. We actually get our own funding. We're primarily, the incubator is funded by a community development block grant through the city.
Wonderful.
We apply for that every couple of years.
So
that comes up.
the city supports you?
Yep. Well, Spaceworks was founded in partnership with the city and the Tacoma
Chamber.
Pierce County Chamber.
So the city's been a major driver of this.
Oh,
That's
yes.
wonderful.
Yes, and we get some other funds. We apply for Tacoma Creates funding, and so we get that to help with
And that's a grant program,
artscapes.
right? Yeah. Wonderful.
Yeah.
So what's next? What are you looking forward to?
More art,
More art?
businesses,
Creative
Yeah,
businesses,
yeah.
innovative businesses.
It's Tacoma is a vibrant city when it's not the dead of winter, and Spaceworks we're all about creating and cultivating creative communities, and I think that the folks that live in Tacoma, whether they're creative or not, appreciate having interesting streets and businesses that they can go into and find connection with.
So just to be really clear, if I'm a person out in the community watching this show and I want to figure out how I can learn about all you're doing, what these wonderful businesses and where these murals are, what do I do?
You go to spaceworkstacoma.com. You can follow us on Instagram and or Facebook. We try to post alumni events,
Because there's a lot of those as well, right?
Yeah.
Arts happenings, places, little festival-like opportunities to
Yeah.
engage.
And even if we're not the ones facilitating an event, if it's arts related in some way, we're definitely going to share it. So it's a good place to get other information too.
If you want to be engaged in the community and do cool stuff that supports local artists and businesses, sign up.
Yeah.
Go to Spaceworks on
That was really
Instagram
good.
and
I
see
might
what's going-
I might steal that.
Oh, okay, that's fine. Yeah, we're all about sharing here.
Yeah.
Well, Jennifer, thanks for being on our show today.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah,
You're
this has
welcome.
been a
Thank
great
you.
segment. Up next, Andrew Fry helps identify the perfect pitch deck, the way to promote your business. On this segment of Tacoma Means Business, Andrew Fry shares tips for building your pitch deck, which is an important tool for building your business.
Well, over the last couple of weeks, I've had the opportunity to both mentor for small companies and also meet with others who've had an interest in business. I really love doing this, and it's been like 4 or 5 folks in just the last 2 weeks, going from faculty members doing research to folks within the Tacoma and Pierce County community who are building their companies. And there was one commonality with those conversations. I wanted to see a pitch deck. I wanted to know what was going on with their business. So, what is a pitch deck? Well, think of it this way. If you're looking for a job, you'll write a resume. Well, a resume won't get you the job. The interview gets you the job. That's when they get to know a little bit more about you and decide whether they're going to take action. It's the pitch deck that allows you to really talk a little bit more about what you're trying to do, why you're trying to do it, and where they can get involved. So I asked for a pitch deck. Well, what should be in a pitch deck? As far as a pitch deck goes, it's pretty simple. You need to have an identifier. It's a visual tool. You should have charts, slides, markets, that sort of thing, but not too many. A pitch deck should be short, maybe 10, 12 slides if you're using a slide deck. So you want to introduce yourself, etc. And then you want to talk about, say, the problem that's out there or the opportunity. Once that's the case, then you need to discuss what is it that you're bringing to the table? How are you solving that problem? How are you going to take advantage of that opportunity? And that'll get them engaged. Well, what's up next? How are you going to get it done by yourself? No, you're going to do it with a team. Use your pitch deck at one point to talk about the team you're working with, whether it's the people who are experts in the area, the folks you brought on as managers, or maybe even who you're recruiting and who you want to bring to the table. Because a pitch deck is not just for investors, it's also for people who you want to join your venture in terms of management and opportunity. And third, there's a lot of pitch competitions out there. Maritime Blue is hosting one very soon, and Startup 253 as well. These are opportunities for you to get in front of people and talk about what you're trying to do and who you're trying to do it with. Pitch decks are very valuable. All right, so now you've talked about, in your pitch deck, who's part of the team. The next thing you want to talk about is, what kind of traction do you have? What do I mean by traction? Well, is your business just an idea? Or do you actually have a product? Have you been in operation? Are there customers? In terms of the size of the market, what has the reception been so far? Because you should let them know where you're at. What traction do you have in this particular field? And then you should probably talk about the problems that you're going to encounter. It's always good to head that off because they're going to have questions. They're going to want to know, okay, how's it going? Who you're working with? Who are your customers? And so on. And who's your competition? And you're going to have to address that off the front. They're going to want to know, how's your funding? You're going to have to address that right off the top. I mean, the whole point here is that you want to get them situated for the final slide, the ask. What do you want? I want you to join my company and be on the management team. I want you to help fund me in this first round of angel financing. I want to win this competition and get that $10,000 in trade or in cash. The idea here is at the very end, you basically make your ask. If you can get those components in 10 to 12 slides and actually talk about them within, say, a 5-minute approximately time and length, you've got a pretty good pitch deck going, and it's something you should have.
Thanks, Andrew. For more tips on building your business, check out Tacoma's Community and Economic Development Program at makeittacoma.com. When Business Matters returns, we'll showcase a Tacoma business on our new and updated Business Spotlight.
My name is Molly Ott, and I'm the general manager and co-owner of Corina Bakery. I love the work. No 2 days are the same. It is a business for the most part that is based around happy times in people's lives. We planted our roots in Tacoma because we wanted to be in proximity of our family and friends, and we have grown to love the community, and we hope that they love us as well. We try to listen to what they say to us, and offer the kinds of services that they're looking for. The early days were tough, as I'm sure every small business or restaurant owner can attest to. The uncertainty of what each day would bring, the fear of failure, all had their role in the beginning. I just realized that in order to be successful, you have to be there all the time. Not necessarily to micromanage per se, but I think that you need to be down in the trenches, doing the things that you're asking your employees to do, and not just managing, but kind of managing by example. When we created the look of the bakery, the theme that I kind of had in mind was that of a balance between feminine and masculine, so that everybody who comes in here would feel at home, maybe relate to, their surroundings, the atmosphere, because we all know atmosphere is a big part of why you want to hang out in a place. And we found out about Corina being for sale through a mutual friend. We decided to go ahead and move on it. The people who we bought the bakery from were a couple who actually worked at Magnolia Bakery in Greenwich Village, New York. So that's what kind of sprouted the idea of Corina, and Corina was their daughter's name. And I liked the name, and the bakery had, started to get a reputation, and I thought, we're just going to go with this. It fit, and it's a lovely name. We're proud to have it. My philosophy on baking is make a good quality product consistently and give your customer base what they want.
That's it for Business Matters. Join me next time for more insight into the Tacoma business scene. See you then.